Hi, I'm Chantal, and I'll be discussing the reach feature of our project, and also I'll be giving you a demonstration on how our game works. We first run our game. The startup function starts. So we could see here that we have background music incorporated in our game, and this was done using the audio read function located here. And we have set the visibility of a lot of our components off, so that way when the game first runs, the player is only able to choose what number they want to be. They could enter their name, so for example, I'm going to enter my name, and then they have the chance to read how to play instructions here. Moving on, we are at the function start game button pushed. So when we click start game, you'll hear that there was a shuffling noise, and again, this was done using the audio read function here. And you could see that we have now displayed all the cards and all these buttons. So these cards here represent the player's starting 5 cards. And this was done again using the dot visible and then setting these on. And for the elements that were in the startup page, we have set those to visible off so you can no longer see them. And then we have set the can't play button card off, and we have also set the start game button to off so the player can no longer press them. And since I was player number 1, then I am now able to access the draw card button here. So now I'm able to click that, and then I have now gotten my random 5 cards here, and I have set for the text to be displayed on these buttons. You saw we were able to add animation to our project, so when we draw a card, we go to this function draw card button pushed, and essentially when we draw a card, so I drew 2 there, we have this for loop that moves the Y position of the card downwards, and then I reset the position back to its original so it looks like it's going down, and then it stays back in the center again. And then as you heard that there was an audio when you drew a card, and that was again done with audio read. And since I was player number 1, then it scanned my cards and it looked for a blank space. So for example, I had a blank space here and a blank space there. Therefore, when I drew a card, it set the text to go into this button here, and then it sent another card to this button. Started with my first 5 cards. So since center card is the 9 of hearts, I could only play 9 or a card with hearts. So I could play card number 1. So we go to here, function card 1 button pushed. And then I have set the can't play button off, so you can't play that anymore. And then for the animation to go from down up, I have used again a for loop, and again I am changing the Y position from negative to positive. And then as you heard again, there was a sound, and that was done using audio read. And since I played card number 1, I can no longer play that card. So then I have set the text to blank. So as you can see, it's blank now. And then now we await for player number 2's card.
I'm Emily. I edited this video and I'll be talking about how we implemented the table. implement a table by allowing each player to enter their name. So we just this function right here. We set value equal to app.enter name edit field.value, and then set app.ui table.data equal value, which will then create the table necessary for each player to enter their name.
My name is Yuan Chen, and in this project, I've incorporated ThinkSpeak to our game, and I've added a feature to send and read data from ThinkSpeak channel, as well as a feature to display card each time the other player plays the card. For ThinkSpeak, we created our channel, and here's our channel ID, write key, and read key. So basically, from our start function, when player 1 starts the game, he or she will draw a card from the deck, and we clear ThinkSpeak channel. Player 1 will send his or her data of the center card, which is the center card number and center card suit, to ThinkSpeak channel. And then when player 2 starts the game, he or she will wait for player 1 data, and this function works like it reads the data player 1 sent to the channel and update status and display the card player 1 draw from the deck. And when each player take their turn and they drew a card, they play a card, the data of the center card will be uploaded to ThinkSpeak channel, and as well as the player who sent the message. So for our ThinkSpeak channel, we created 3 fields. Field 1 is the player who sent the message. Field 2 is center suit, and field 3 is center num. So the only thing that matters to our game is the center card that needs to be transferred between 2 players. And for this game, a player who sent message is player 1 and player 2. And the center card suit is, we use numbers to represent each suit, and center card number is the card number. So we can see that the data has already transferred to our channel.
Play, so I'm gonna enter players' names. So this is player number 1, and this will be player number 2. So we start game, and then we start game. So I have 10 of diamonds, so I'm gonna put 8 of diamonds. So we told in the instructions that each player is given 10 seconds to play and then 10 seconds to wait. So now player number 2 has to wait like around 10 seconds. And then as you could see, I pressed update card and they got the information on their screen. So now I have 10 seconds to play, so I'm gonna play this one, 10 of diamonds. And then now this player has to wait 10 seconds. And then this player is still waiting the 10 seconds. And then right about now, update card. There you go, update card. So as you can see, this is what player 2 placed. So now player 1 has that on their screen. And now, since I don't have any 10s or any diamonds, I draw a card. So I could play this card, but let's say I didn't have any cards that I could play, then I would play can't play any button. And since the player is keeping track of the time, then as you could see, when they press update card, nothing changes because player number 1 didn't place any card. So now this is what is on there. So now this player number 2 could play their card.